Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. This video is all about my plans for the future. It's also a sort of a trial run for this wireless microphone, which I'm excited to see how it works out. I actually bought it kind of right before I took that extended break from YouTube and from the land of the living. So I really haven't got a chance to test it out at all. This is the very first time I charged them up and used them, which I think is pretty cool. First of all, a little show and tell, because I told you last video, for those of you who watch, I went to the Spring Fright Market locally at Falling Knife Brewing. It's a VHS horror vinyl swap meet. It was 100 degrees, so a lot of vendors pulled out, understandably so. Turns out vinyl records and VHS tapes will melt if they're in extreme heat in direct sunlight, so I totally get why not everybody wanted to come. Taking my phone out of my pocket. Got a computer in your pocket. In any case, yes, it was fun. It was nice to see people that I only really see at these, aside from Facebook or social media, to see in person at these events. So they're always fun to do. So I picked up a couple things. So a quick little bit of show and tell for y'all. Number one, this issue of Fangoria, which I was excited. This guy, he had a bunch of Fangoria magazines. He had a bunch of, I can't think of the name, but it was a British horror mag from around the same time. Look at somebody cut a mask out of this advertisement on the back, ruining this mini poster. A Gremlins 2 poster would have been awesome on the wall, but let's be honest, I wasn't gonna pull the cover off of Fangoria to throw that up on the wall. But my wife and I are both Darkman obsessed, so anything that has Darkman on the cover, I was gonna have to grab. But I probably should have grabbed more of what he was selling. And then I picked up one VHS tape right here. It is The Killer's Edge. I've never seen it, but when the cover is advertising Wings Hauser, Karen Black, and Robert Z'Dar, and it's from PM, I don't know if it'll focus that close, but PM Home Video. I have, as I've needed to be a little more selective with my VHS collecting, just for space and for sanity, I've focused more on the distributors, the straight-to-video distributors, and PM Home Video is one of those I watch for because they put out a lot of straight-to-video action crap, but wonderfully entertaining action crap. So I have high hopes for this particular tape. I went in completely blind. I said I'm just grabbing it. Oh, and I should point out, it is, this is really not going to photograph, but it's an X rental. So it's got these reflective stickers. It was from Northeast Video in, I think it says Watertown, Maine. Water something, Maine. It's sort of half gone. Water make? I can't read it. I'll have to investigate further. It's like chrome mirror reflection in my eyes, and that part has worn away. So, and also I'm old, so my eyes don't work anymore. So this video is about the plans for the channel. And I thought, I know I said probably next video I was going to review Novocaine, which I could have done, but instead I figured I would set expectations moving forward. I really want to get more practiced as an unedited, spontaneous conversational. The self-editing, like I can edit. Like I can edit a video together. I can ramble like this and then chop it all out when I sit down to edit. I would rather get better at chopping it all out in my brain, up here, before it releases from here. That's the challenge moving forward. And for a year, I don't know. But the challenge is unedited. The last two videos have literally been the raw file out of the camera. I do no trimming, no editing, nothing. But I'm creative. I like to edit. I like to script. When it hits me. I think what happens is I get burned out on trying to make things happen. Things that are polished, things that are scripted and heavily edited and involve green screens and multiple characters and costumes and all that stuff. That stuff is overwhelming when you're trying to make it everything you do. So my schedule, I guess, for moving forward is going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to do an unedited, really unprepared. We'll figure out the level of prepared. If you guys really just hate how much I ramble, I might have to kind of prepare more of a structure, but not a script, for just sitting down and talking about a topic, whether that's a movie review, whether that's some sort of movie or entertainment news, whether it's maybe a new trailer comes out, and just general topics. Like last video, I just wanted to talk about Ernest movies. I didn't want to necessarily talk specifically about one Ernest movie. I didn't want it to be a review. I just wanted to talk about Jim Varney and Gaylord Sartain and just Ernest movies in general. I want to be able to do that. So I think that's... so those will be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is also just trying something new. I've always tried spacing videos out, doing a certain number of videos a week. And the one thing I've always avoided is the weekend. I usually have never posted on the weekends. So I thought, well, what if I only post on the weekends? What if I just flip to the other extreme? That always works out well whenever anybody flips from one extreme to the other. Some people might call it a manic episode. I don't. I just call it trying something. I call it having some fun. I just call it having some fun. That's what, when I, when I have to call for a welfare check on a friend, I say, I feel like they're having a little too much fun. So if you could send some police to their house. No, that's not true. I just made that up. But no, so this is the schedule promise. The schedule promise is a rambling conversation about a topic Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then whenever the thought of a skit or something more scripted occurs to me, or I get that itch, or I get an idea that I just have to do, which I have one right now. I'm figuring out how I want to do it. Those videos can just happen when they happen, and there will be no schedule. I should say, too, obviously I got rid of the Patreon because I think, I don't think and I'm glad I did, because then when I didn't upload, I didn't feel like I was cheating people or taking people's money or whatever. Right now, I don't want to make any money from what I'm doing. I want it to be pure experiment, pure fun. I want it to not have any obligation or like even a sense of obligation really attached to it, which is a hard thing to balance when you're also like declaring a schedule. But I think working inside of a box and working with deadlines, working with restrictions, I think is also a good thing. I think creativity, I think pure, formless, boundaryless creativity sounds good, but it also means you might get nothing done because you have infinite options. And I think sometimes, sort of creating a plain box and saying, okay, well, now do something with this. I think the schedule as it is just like some form of structure that I can be creative within. And yeah, I think that's a good way to go. So I don't remember if I really had anything else I wanted to talk about or like anything else to explain about the schedule. I guess I just want to say I'm happy to be back. I'm happy, people are, not that, I mean, you stuck around, but it's nice to see like, now that my videos are popping up again, people are happy to see me back. So yeah, thank you all for that, and thank you for the, all the years of support and all the fun we've had, and we'll continue to have. But yeah, so I guess that's it. All right. See, this is the kind of stuff where editing is very helpful, because I could have, you would have. This is what happens all the time. Spoiler alert. This is what I'm always doing, and this is even worse when I know I can edit, because I will spin my wheels. I will stop recording and start recording. I would have recorded this video 10 times. It would have taken me hours, because I would have been trying to say everything perfect, everything exactly the right way. And as soon as I would stumble, I would have to start over. No more safety nets. Like right now, I know you're going to be watching this. So, and that's kind of I don't know, thrilling in a way. I just got to get better, I gotta build those muscles. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching. If you watch this video and you're not a subscriber, I don't know what's wrong with you. But maybe subscribe. Like if you actually listen to me for 13 minutes talk about a schedule for the channel and you're not subscribed, you're deeply mentally ill. And I want you under my tent. So let's do this. Hit that subscribe button. Okay. I'm going to stop rambling before we hit the 14-minute mark, or maybe right after we hit the 14-minute mark. How does that sound? Staring contest. I can't look at you and look at the time. Okay, we hit 14 minutes. See you next time.